I used to rap in my teenage years, and this is back when they had cassette tapes. Y'all millennials don't know nothing about no cassette tapes. But back then, musical artists, they used to come out with cassette singles, which are singles of their hit songs. And on the cassette tape, there would be two sides, a side A and a side B. And in most cases, on side A, the hit single song would be on that side. And on side B, there would be the instrumental to that song. Well, what I used to do is, I used to grab two radios. On one radio, I would play the instrumental. And on the other radio, I would record myself rapping over the instrumental. And I would do this quite often. And one day, I was looking at one of Bad Boy's, P Diddy's musical artist, cassette tape. And I noticed on the cassette tape that there was an address to Bad Boy Records. So I said, I'm gonna send one of my recordings to Bad Boy Records and see if I get a response. So I did just that. And of course, I don't recall how long it took, but eventually I received a letter in the mail from Bad Boy Records. And of course, I don't remember the exact word verbatim now, of course. But it was something to the effect of, thank you for your interest in Bad Boy Records. We greatly appreciate your efforts and blah, blah, blah. And just know that you are now officially a bad boy for life. And of course I knew I wasn't an official bad boy, but at the time when I read that, it put a great big smile on my face, made me feel good, and made me go and show everybody this letter. Look, I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy, like Mace, like Biggie Smalls, like all the rest of them. I'm a bad boy. But yeah, it was definitely made me feel good at the time. But fast forward to the present, after seeing what Diddy has gotten himself into and his behavior and how he has treated Cassie. Man, I used to have a crush on Cassie when she first came out. I was like, man, I would love to have that young lady on my arm. And then when I saw that she was dating Diddy, and I was like, oh, my heart's broken. But be that as it may, but yeah, when I saw that video on TV of him, of Diddy kicking Cassie and stumping on her and just manhandling her, I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. That was hard to stomach, man. That was crazy. That was ridiculous. For a man to treat a woman like that, it was absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. And of course now, Diddy is on trial, and I'm going to be honest, I haven't been glued to the case, so there are a lot of details of what's going on in this case I don't know about. But what I do know about, the details I do know about, is that some of what had happened in Diddy's dealings with Cassie. I know that Diddy, he enjoyed seeing his girl have sex with other dudes. He probably was watching them in the corner and whacking off. And then, not only that, but he got off on seeing these male escorts urinate in his so-called girlfriend's mouth. And I'm like, what in the blue hell is going on here? What's wrong with this dude? Think about it, y'all. Urine and poop, that comes out of us. They ain't meant to come out of us and go into somebody else. What? It's crazy. It is absolutely absurd behavior this dude Diddy has. My God. He had his girl fill her mouth up with some guy's pee. And he got off on that. Clearly, something isn't right with this dude. I just can't understand that. That's crazy. Cassie said, I believe Cassie said that it was said that sometimes it would take days and weeks and months even for her to recover from these freak-offs. Now what man would want to see their lady get banged by another dude and get off on that? That goes to show you that something ain't right with P Diddy. Something is not right. And then hearing, I believe it was also said that one of the male escorts said that he saw Diddy throw a liquor bottle at her head, and he missed her by that much. Damn. Wow, that is crazy. I'm so glad. I am so glad. Listen to me, y'all. I am so glad that I never officially became a bad boy. If I had met this dude, ain't no telling what I would have gotten into. I could have possibly been at one of those freak-off parties. I'm so glad I never met this dude. Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. God knows what he's doing. God knows that I didn't need to meet Diddy. And that's a fact. Man. But it's crazy. Like I said, it's so unfortunate that people become so full of themselves into believing that they are superior to others simply because of the superficial things that they possess and other people don't. This is what happens when so many individuals, this is P Diddy, his behavior is what happens when you believe in the lies of society. You are convinced that things, material wealth, your social status, titles, accolades, all of those things, you're convinced that these quote-unquote things, finer things, make you better than those individuals who don't. You're convinced that your power and influence makes you better than the people who don't have it. And so therefore, you feel like you're deserving of treating other people any kind of way you want to. This is what happens when you believe in the lies of society. Because the truth of the matter is that regardless of whatever you have or don't have, nobody is better than the next. We all are equal in God's eyes. Things don't make you better than the next. And to confirm this fact, we're all born in this world with nothing, and we will all leave this world with absolutely nothing. In the grand scheme of things, superficial things won't matter. But what will matter are those very little things that money can't buy. Things like love, respect, gratitude, and a whole host of other little things. When you believe in the lies of society and you think that you are superior to those who have less than, and you treat them any kind of way, eventually you will reap what you sow. You will reap what you sow. And in due time, when justice is finally served in the P Diddy case, I'm sure there will be so many people celebrating. There will be so many people celebrating that he has finally been sentenced and that he will serve his time for his wrongdoings. We all are equal, people. We all are equal. The CEO of a company is no better than an individual at an intersection holding up a sign. We are all equal. And many of us must understand this and treat each other with the utmost respect, love, kindness, and just make the best of our lives. Because we all owe it to ourselves to do better and be better so we can make our worlds better. Period. If you like what I have shared in this video, then by all means, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm Keith Williamson, and these are my thoughts on the P Diddy case.